You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And now a hook up downfield on second down. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Will Fuller with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Fulk connects on the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Fulk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Gain of 16 yards. And
they'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Mariota. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is. But things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep, and this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards. Again, it's Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead,
and he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Winston to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that.
1st down, Cincinnati.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Mariota to throw it this time. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Winston now after the fumble recovery. Flushed out right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, Winston. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward this season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
You can't rock me. You can't rock me. Flip, flip, flip. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Here's Winston. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
Winston.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Jameis to throw it. He finds his target, Fuller. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Part of the reason we're in overtime, all the interceptions he's thrown in this game, but that was a good throw right there.
Hey, he's really not daunted, is he, partner? I mean, it's been interception palooza for him, and he's still pushing it downfield, trying to make a play, and he was successful on that throw.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Jameis again. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
This is Mostert. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
He's tackled at the 34.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Cincinnati, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.